right, you guys, this is gonna be a very short, quick one today. I don't have a lot of time to talk because we are headed to Abingdon. We have exactly an hour to get there. We gotta leave now. So we're going to Abingdon today to help the family of Michael Small find Michael. He is over 70 years old, I think 79, and he wandered away from a assisted care living facility. It's been weeks now. The police have searched for him. I talked to Lieutenant Jennings, talked about what they did and some theories around places that could be searched. He's confirmed that it's okay if we check the roads today, and we're going to also be checking probably the fairgrounds and an area with a big area with some businesses and a waterfall there. I'm going to talk about all of this with everyone, the community, when they arrive. This is a community search. We think about 15 people, maybe up to 20. I don't know who's going to show up because there's someone there in town also trying to pull together people. So we're going to do our best, try to coordinate this as best we can with this many people, and try to find Michael today.
There's next to the railroad tracks behind the Arts Depot, there's the trains.
Yeah.
The railroad owns that one.
Yeah.
Right there.
Now you guys have convinced me this is absolutely the area you got to focus on.
Yeah.
All the way through here. We'll get there and then decide we want to split up.
Probably park at Green Acre.
Cover the area you were talking about.
Get our car.
Yep.
And we'll meet everybody.
Hurt Street.
Hurt Street.
Okay. We're waiting for the Kingsport folks. If you guys want to head over to Hurt Street now, that's fine.
Okay.
And we'll meet you there. Yep. Well,
Over next door.
you know what? Let me get you guys on here just so I know who's on the search party. So I think I got all of you. Got John. Oh, James B. You're in. Penny.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Scooter.
Scooter. Alicia's not here yet. She's gonna be here at 11. So okay, we got everyone. We'll meet you guys at Hurt Street. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
They know, like,
So you guys talking to locals always changes the plans because you find out where people have been looking. You learn more of the area. We found out that he was actually spotted turning left on Route 19. I believe this is Route 11.
out of the Highland Center.
From Michael's, a bank to the left. So that tells us he turned left. And most of the team, actually everyone here, the locals, feel like he was trying to get back. Maybe lost his sense of direction. So we're actually going to go down in that area. The central point of that whole area, I'll show you the map here if I can, is Hurt Street. We're all going to stage over there. I'm still waiting for Jennifer Santanilla's search team. They're on their way. I'm going to text them to see if they can find Hurt Street, or I might wait and meet them here, but I don't want to make everyone wait down there.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're all gonna get coordinated. It's only 10:30 now. This is we'll be starting right around 11, which is good. We're probably gonna fan out from Hurt Street. Different people have different ideas, which is okay, but we're gonna try to stick to teams of at least four to five people and hit specific areas along the tracks probably, and then down near the quarry where James was talking about, because that sounds like a really good one. And then there's woods down there. It's a lot of land. There's streets. Places that locals think people locally may not have thought to look. So that's going to be a good focus today. If there's no luck, we are going to probably in the afternoon focus on other areas. I'm also going to be hitting underwater, like the retention ponds,
Right.
later. So today is going to be that.
They said something about swamp.
In the swamp. There's a lot to look through. We're going to head over to Hurt Street now and meet everyone and coordinate with the other search team from Kingsport. So next stop, Hurt Street.
On the 4th of April?
I want to go over there with the buzzards on.
The previous time.
Miss
Okay, it was
March
done before.
24th.
He was walking out up through here.
That was the previous time he wandered off, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's possible he went.
Usually they follow patterns, so.
Yeah, they do.
You know what gets me is we went and found the house that they had the video of him up there in that subdivision up there. That guy backed right in. He was standing there looking, like he was lost, and that guy just went right in.
Did y'all see the video
No,
of
are you
him
serious?
from the doorbell camera?
No.
In that same
It's
subdivision
awful.
we just left from up there.
I mean, if you saw an older guy that looks bewildered, wouldn't you talk to him?
in pajamas.
Or try to offer him a ride at least.
Oh my gosh, he could have saved his life. Oh, that's
I
sad.
bet that them people's having a real hard time now.
Yeah.
But they didn't know he was missing.
Yeah, at the time you just don't, it's just, thing is you see if there's a lot of homeless around too, you don't know. Are they homeless? And I'm not going to blame them for, you know.
I don't understand why this outfit appeared to let him walk out.
I know. They need to be at least give them the ID, you know, the
Yeah.
GPS bracelets or whatever.
Yeah.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
You're supposed to.
I was listening to the scanner last night, and I heard a cop come on the scanner, and they had a lady sitting out here on 19 on a guardrail.
Oh my gosh.
A few minutes later, she took her back to Green Acres.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That's scary. I wish they wouldn't just let
That
them.
is
You
awful.
want these for
They
somebody
said
else
a
that
lot
might
of
need
people
them.
goes missing from
Yeah, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
They already took off in there because they know the land, so they're going to be going toward the college area.
Right.
They were noticing, they were pointing out, at least a while ago, there's birds up there. They're going to head up in that direction, so you've got where the buzzards look like there are buzzards there, they'll be going in.
There they are. Is
It
that
was
them?
straight up, but you couldn't see, you know, what it was. But
It was a deer.
there were buzzards everywhere.
Oh,
Wait, is that them?
yeah. It's the rest of the team. See, it's good seeing a path because he could have easily taken a path.
So, where are we going?
Follow the edge.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're going to go down this way?
yeah. Hey Jen, where are you? Okay. If you're wondering why I was concerned about Jen being out of my sight, it's because this was going to be our search area for the morning. Patches of both thick and thin wooded areas, swamps and ponds, all along this walking trail that follows alongside Wolf Creek. While Jen is amazing at finding things, she can also be slightly directionally challenged. And being that we only had 4 walkie-talkies to distribute amongst the team, Jen was my search partner for the day, and I really didn't want to lose her. Oh, there's a bridge right there too. Yeah, good, they're circling. Circle the swamp. Yeah, it's more of a marsh than a swamp, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know, if Lieutenant Jennings is right, he wouldn't be able to walk on an uneven surface. Very far anyway. So I don't think he'd be as far in. Yeah, well it's the general area where the buzzards were.
Dead something.
Beaver. That was probably the buzzards, yeah. Dead beaver.
I don't think it's beaver. It's
Looks like a beaver to me. See the teeth? The tail's probably cleaned out. I would explain the buzzards. Yeah, apparently, and they call it a, down further they call it like a waterfall. I don't know if it's a real waterfall. Oh, I like what Opie's thinking.
Yeah, I was done went over there. I got somebody's kid and
The only thing is with this guy, oh, there's a little trail. Is he's not going to walk on uneven ground, so he's not going to go too far in the woods. He was 79, and
Okay.
I guess he was unstable. Lieutenant. What?
some sort of bone.
Near the beaver.
Oh yeah, it's probably the beaver.
Oh, part of the tail probably.
Maybe, because
One of the limbs of the
I couldn't find the
beaver.
tail.
It does look like animal bone. They ripped that thing apart.
Yeah. Yeah, I found that.
Good spot though, man.
I know, right?
Good spot.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
So he could have gone on this is a trail. What?
Does the other group know about the beaver?
Yeah.
I think he saw it.
I read online that they said check all your sheds.
All your sheds, yeah.
I went over there, and shed over there. Went to the thing, and there's some kids playing. I didn't want Oh, it's probably like that pool.
Okay.
So he was walking. He likes staying on stable ground.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't.
He ain't gonna cross
The
that.
moment he tries to get under there, he would have fallen in.
Mhm.
Yeah, he likes to. That's why we were thinking of initially searching the roadsides.
Yeah. But then you gotta get some cover if you're out, in case it rains or.
Yeah, well, once I found out that this was his pattern, and he's been found in this neighborhood multiple times.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hey, Opie, you mind helping us just kind of cross this field? Jen? Yeah, if you don't mind, we're gonna actually do this field. That you could take either side of this patch here, but this side might be easier if you want. Another one, wow. Those poor beavers, man. Getting murdered. Yeah, let's just kind of cover this all the way to the paved area. Yeah. It's too. Oops, don't touch it. I touched it too by mistake. Hey, Opie. Come here. See what Opie thinks. There's another one here.
How big is that one? It's probably just never seen.
That's bigger. It's too big to be beaver.
What's down here?
But what?
Huh?
What's over there?
Some fur.
Oh, fur, Jen. Oh, good.
Okay, well,
You found some fur? Oh, thank you. Man, we saw the bones from this thing. Trying to figure out if it was human or not. I'm so glad you spotted that. Gosh. Woo. Yeah, it's so close to the fur though. It's most likely part of the deer. All over there too. Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy how the buzzers just rip them apart?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sometimes they go under wooded areas, and this is close enough to the paved parking lot of the school that it's conceivable he could go under to get some shade in a place like this. So it's worth checking for anything. Nothing, huh? Well, it was good to check. Oh, I see a tunnel. I see a tunnel. That is one thing they would gravitate toward. It's light enough I can see. You double check it for me though. Looks like there's another tunnel on the other side too. No? So you caught a whiff of something. Walk into the wind. Oh, there's a dirt road. Shoot. See anything? We'll meet up with Opie at the other tunnel. Nothing? There's a pretty well-packed road on the other side of the patch of woods here, which is kind of good because the other team's coming up the other side of the patch. How you doing?
Yeah, okay, I think. So this place just lets people just walk off, huh?
Yep. This is one of those, I think those historic parks.
Oh, okay.
They call it muster grounds.
So he wouldn't go into the woods south. Against briars. If I was old man getting poked by briars,
Right.
I don't want to go there.
Right. Best case is on a road like this if he saw something just off the trail. Either water, a tunnel. I think that light pattern is a law enforcement. I think they might be actually running helicopter. This is a different story, Jen. See how well packed down that is? I could see him being drawn to something like that if it's getting dark. He wants to.
Did they go through here?
No, I don't think anybody went through here yet.
You take that.
Okay. Nice open spaces too. At this point, folks, we were at the far end of the search zone, just about as far into the woodland as we could possibly go. We searched every spot, every hole, every nick and cranny we could find. At this point, I decided it was probably a good time to send up the drone and start searching from the air. I scanned all around the perimeter, all throughout the woodland, along the path and along the edges of all of the trails that I could possibly find. I zoomed in where I could on the objects that seemed unusual, out of place, but nothing jumped out. Nothing jumped out at all. I scanned every wooded patch that I could possibly find with the drone, but in the end, there was really nothing that jumped out at us. All right, so we pretty much followed from Hurt Street to the Mustard Grounds. We followed the swampy area. We got in there pretty good, and then we crossed the bridge, followed the path into the Mustard Grounds. And there's a lot of area here. A couple of the locals we met, they said they had actually droned some of this, just like I did. I wanted to double check, and it was good to, from the ground, have a larger team. Just go through this area. It's always good to double check. Jen and I both still kind of feel like the major roadway, probably 19 North. Sides of the roads, we still want to check that out. Don't know how the team's going to feel. They wanted to really focus on this area. We agreed because this was his pattern.
Yeah.
And this was where he was found before. Actually, we may probably spend the rest of the time with this team, depending on how they feel, on what they call either Mill Road. There's another area near there that they were talking about. With a ground team, it's better to cover larger areas like this anyway.
True.
A couple people can always do the sides of the road, right?
We can do that.
Yeah. So if we don't have enough time today, then we'll probably do that later. At the same time, there's ponds I need to drone, underwater drone. They mentioned a few ponds that people are concerned about that probably need to be checked out, and we don't know if this police department has the funding for things like underwater drones.
I don't think they do underwater drones.
Not usually. So we're gonna do a little bit of that. I might do that tomorrow. Jen's got to get ready for our Easter stuff, so we will try that. And now we're heading back to Hurt Street to meet the rest of the team. Thought we lost Opie there for a second. He just took off up the hill. Opie. What did make me feel better is that we were successfully able to find the source of the buzzards.
Yeah.
We found the two beavers, so.
Yeah, we did see a beaver.
Yeah. Jen even found
Where's this assisted living place at? Because it can't be that far.
that way.
Overpass. And then
I want to check like all areas around it. If that guy can get
There's
up.
a wood line up beside it.
There is a wood line near it.
And then also at the top of the hill, if you look that road,
Yep.
behind Kmart, there used to be Kmart, there's a wooded area and a trail that goes down.
That's right near the assisted living place too. The
Yeah,
Kmart.
it's right across the road from it. If he'd have went down to like Kmart or something, he could have walked that back path because it's a road.
I think you're right. Maybe that's the better.
Well, my
next
thing
best
is,
place.
she mentioned that like obviously it was like, what was it, 6:45
Yeah.
that he walked out. So whether he was in like a dementia state, you know, he'd snap out of it. If he wasn't in one, he'd probably go into one. But either way, he's going to realize it's dark time. Anybody's going to try and settle something.
Yeah.
And then from there, you know,
He's not a sundown. Do you know?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
If he got up the next day, you know, it's really hard to tell.
Then really confused the next day, I'm sure, if he actually slept somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen rain, snow,
Yeah.
hail.
Yeah.
Has
It's
there?
just wild that he's like nobody else has had like any eyes on him. Because like,
Exactly. Yeah.
unless he just got that lost in the woods.
That's what makes us
And
concerned
it could
about
be
that.
hurt too. It could
Right,
get
exactly.
lost and hurt
Yeah.
somewhere, and that's why no one's seen him.
But if he's come to all of these places where, I mean, are there wooded areas close to those places as well?
Near the assisted living place, sounds like there's a wood line there.
Yeah, there's a wood line behind the assisted living, and then like I said, the apartments across the road is behind the old Kmart building,
Yeah,
and there's a road.
woods right in
There's a
there.
Is that
road
right?
that goes down through there.
So on
Is
here,
that-
it said that they like
Where
launched a
does-
search
where
here or
Is that
goes-
a large
anything.
area?
What's that, Ashley?
Is that wooded area large or is it small?
Is it a big one behind there?
It's pretty good size.
Yeah.
That's
And
where they was
another
working on the
place I
dozers and stuff.
was thinking about is go on Cummins Street. As soon as you cross the bridge there,
Yeah.
okay, you have where the rental center and Kroger's is.
All back
not,
in there.
Not that, but, well, behind Kroger's now. But also, there's been homeless people live in that, behind where that bank is and all that.
That's all the
I
same
used to
general.
There's a
as
house up
kid.
in there, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a house, there's a road that goes back
That goes
to a
all
house.
the way through there, yeah.
But there's a wooded area right down from it that I've had, I mean, when I lived here, there was homeless people living there, and
Yeah.
it's pretty good size area.
This all the same general area.
I used to do.
Like 2 o'clock in the morning.
It's unlocked. We'll take a break, have some food, drinks, real quick, maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Hard. And then he was like, well, you know, he mentioned something else. He's like, well, you know, I got some business to tend to this way. And just like, already starts off and then he starts walking off.
Move what?
I look back and he like, peeks around and turns to me. Like, it was very odd.
That's weird.
Very odd.
No luck at this location. We found the buzzards were being drawn by a couple of dead beavers, it looked like. And even Jen found the bones of a dead small deer, I guess maybe it was.
I don't know what it was.
We covered all this ground, I think, pretty well. If something was in there, we would have found it, I would think.
I think so.
With this many people. So we're headed about a mile from here, the Aaron's rental place near the Kroger area. So a lot of locals on this team here really believe that that's a good place to search, that he could have walked up in that direction without hitting Main Street, some of the back roads. So we're gonna head over there now, meet up, continue our search. Drop off way down there.
Yeah.
Oh, that is far down. Holy cow. You know what? You're right. The edge of that parking lot, there's just a grassy area, and that's a steep drop all the way down.
Yeah, and then it goes down to the trailers and houses.
Well, yeah,
Like I said, this goes on around.
my first thought is there's no way in heck he tried to go in there.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a clear.
Is there?
Yeah, there's clearing all through there. That's what I'm telling you.
Hold on a sec. You see something? See that over there? Red, something blue, right through the trees. I need to get a closer look at that. If I have to use a drone, I will, but what the heck is that? Looks like you went down there. I think I saw you down there. What was it?
Like a one of them,
Had her friends do it.
what'd you call that? A standing poop thing? Like like
And
a
it's
place
like,
where
no.
a person would poop.
Like a portable potty.
Porta potty?
Not really a porta potty, but
Just a portable potty.
like a pushing chair.
Oh.
Potty in.
It looked like
And
you
then-
could get to some open land down there.
You
Is that
can.
okay?
Yeah.
There's a property over there where you can't room, but it's on the house.
Yeah, there's a camper over there.
While the red and blue object turned out to be nothing, the land down at the bottom of the hill was very promising. Along the road, this was a sharp curve on a very dangerous side road. It was the perfect spot to search for a potential location where Michael could have potentially been hit and thrown to the side of the road by one of the passing cars. Yeah, it's a little warm. We decided to make our way down into the wooded area and head toward the road. Oh, I see. Okay, I see the blue thing down there. There's like a blue. I think that's what Opie checked out earlier. This is well. See, the road's right there. It's perfect. If you fall, I will grab you in a second by the handle of your backpack.
Oh yeah, once you get right here, it's good. This is a big one.
Yeah, be careful. Yeah.
When we're done, you're gonna go get your car and pick us up.
I will.
I know, right?
Jump on the side when cars come. They come fast. Give you a car. No, you're supposed to. Yeah, you're supposed to walk on. So you can at least have 5 seconds to know you're gonna get hit before you get hit. All right, go quick. Yeah. Once we made it to the Creeper Trail, we all knew the search was over. It was already getting late in the day, and more than one of the search team members were starting to feel the effects of all of the walking we'd been doing on this day. Of course, I couldn't stop looking. Seeing the steep drop-off near the Creeper Trail, I couldn't help but imagine what it would be like for an unstable, elderly gentleman walking just a little bit too close to this steep embankment. No rail for safety, and no one around to stop the fall. All right. What do you think? First official community search. I mean, we've gone with Jennifer Centinello's group often, but that was more like a private group, not really a community group, I guess.
Yeah. But there were some people from her group today.
Yeah, most of the people from her group,
Yeah.
actually. And they're awesome.
Very.
And just to give up time on everything they're doing
A beautiful day.
on a holiday weekend to help us, that was
I'm
amazing.
sorry, I'm so out of it. Like, I'm so tired. We went through the ringer today,
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of walking.
and I possibly might have poison ivy.
Yeah, she kept saying, it's poison ivy, it's poison ivy. This is poison
I
ivy.
probably annoyed everybody saying that.
No, I mean, that last part we went through was pretty rough.
Yeah.
It was more thick land.
Yeah, and there were prickles.
I don't know if that's the southern vernacular
thorns?
for it, but
Thorn bushes. Got
it's
it.
Jennifer's vernacular for it.
Thorn bushes.
We do want to thank we do really want to thank all of the volunteers from, there were a lot of locals from
Oh yeah.
Abingdon who helped search for Michael today.
Yeah.
We had a lot of plans. We had a lot of areas, and it was really hard at the beginning. You could see we were looking at the map, trying to, and locals had a lot of input on.
Right. Well, what we didn't know is that a lot of them had already searched quite a bit.
A lot of them had already searched around different areas. The fairgrounds was on my list. They said they had searched. There's 2 people though, so
Right.
it's hard to cover that much ground with just 2 people. So I might still.
I mean,
go back.
it won't hurt.
We could still
Yeah.
check it. The roadside.
I mean,
though,
they're off. They're. There are obviously more places that we can search.
Yeah.
I mean, although there were quite a few people today, still it's not enough to cover everything. I mean,
it helped us cover the one big area,
Right.
which is really. You're right. I think it was best to take everyone spread out across that land and do our best.
yeah, it's the only way to do it. It's like a grid search that way.
Yep. And it was the highest, in my opinion, it was based on what the locals were telling us. He had wandered there before us, and they follow
Right.
patterns usually. So it was a really promising area.
What I didn't realize, and I don't know if you did, was that he was seen on cameras that we didn't know about.
Yeah.
Like a bank, right? That's
was-
what they said.
yep.
And then we saw a video of him on a Ring doorbell.
Yes. Which is surprising because Lieutenant Jennings did not mention any other cameras. He actually said no other cameras on Main Street had seen him.
Right. But we
So,
actually saw the video.
We saw the video of the Ring camera up in the community behind.
Yeah.
We didn't see, I mean, it was, someone had interviewed the pharmacy folks and they
Right.
mentioned the bank. So maybe the bank hadn't turned in the footage yet. So maybe the police just didn't know.
But it's been a month.
Maybe it was a more recent. I don't know. Don't know, you guys. But it did push us in the direction of going left on 19 out of the pharmacy area and going
Right.
to near the what they call the mustard grounds. We kept thinking mustard grounds.
Well, it made us remember it.
Yes, the mustard grounds.
Mustard
But it
grounds.
was not just the mustard grounds because that had been searched apparently too a little bit. We
Right.
started in the neighborhood side, which is much closer to his the facility where he was staying.
Yeah.
So plans going forward are I want to do underwater droning of some of those retention ponds all nearby where he was sighted and where he
Right.
came from. So that's important. So yeah, and then also maybe some of the locals asked if we were doing additional searches. So maybe we can do some focused area searches with people.
Right. Something I didn't know, and again, I don't know if you knew it, was that the facility let people go out and walk.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is okay as long as they don't
to a
have
point.
if they have issues that they could get wander, then
Right.
it needs to be at least put a GPS bracelet or something on them.
And that would be so easy.
Yeah, just something to track.
If that had been put in place,
This wouldn't
we
happen.
would have found him.
Yeah, this would have happened.
And maybe in time,
Yeah.
We
The funding is a thing. Obviously, these places don't have all kinds of funding, so I'm sure it's hard to
Right.
get those units. But I mean, it's life saving. So
Yeah, but people get them for their pets. They're not
Yeah, I
that
know.
expensive.
yes, you're right. It's true.
I didn't mean to be mean that way,
Yeah.
but it's true.
It is. It is. So
I mean, our daughter got one for her cat.
yes.
Moon wants to say hi.
Moon wants to say hi. Say hi, Moon.
Hello. Okay, Moon.
So yeah, that's it for this weekend. Well, for today, I am going back tomorrow, I think, on my own. It's a little easier to do some things like the underwater droning on my own. I also having a lot of people, especially when you're kind of responsible for them, is hard because you don't want.
Right.
I was worried the whole time, someone getting lost, someone getting hurt. If we were all along the road, I would have been even more nervous, which is what I wanted to do. But
Yeah, well, we went on the road at one point, and it was
scary.
not
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah, y'all. I gotta tell you, locals from Abington, please slow down on those side roads. Man, there's no side. There's no side.
No.
And that's what scares me even more if he was walking on any of those roads at
Right.
night.
There was no side, but there are also curves in the road where you couldn't see anything,
Yeah.
and they couldn't see you.
Keep an eye on the sides of the roads, you guys, as you're driving through. And we believe if something like that happened, driving's not going to do it, unfortunately, because it could be an area that you can't see driving. There's a lot of
Right.
ditches. We walk past high grass area, and
Right.
if someone is thrown about 20 feet in an area like that, you're not going to see them from the road.
No.
You're not going to see them driving. You need to actually walk,
Right.
and you got to go and look at least that many, like 5 to 10 feet, 15 feet from the road, and search.
Yeah.
Sections at a time. I think that's what it's going to take personally. Not that I want that to be the case, but if it is the case, you have to take that into account and do that kind of search just to.
Right. If you're
get it off
talking
the list.
about the possibility of him being hit by a car,
Yeah, then
that's what you mean by
Yes.
20 feet.
Yeah, I just didn't want to say it like that.
Oh.
I just didn't want to
Well, don't
graphically
don't
say
put it on
Okay. So we are probably going to do, I think Jen and I will probably going to do sections at a time if he's not found within the next week. If anybody wants to
Right.
help do that kind of search, if you want to go down roads, we could coordinate and pick different
Yeah.
roads, and
But be careful.
find a safe place. Find a safe place to park. When you see an area that has sides of the road that you can't see from the road, find a safe place to park. Put on a vest that's reflective. Go ahead and walk that section carefully off the road. Walk down into the side. Do only what you physically can. Don't start climbing down into steep embankments where you could
Mhm.
fall and get hurt yourself.
They are steep. Some of them are
Yeah.
extremely steep.
But that would be good to do, and I think we may do some of that kind of searching. If anyone wants to help with that, that's fine. Let us know, and we can coordinate what roads to try. For
Right.
me, that's one of the best things to do right now, other than the water searches.
Yeah, and if there are any changes in the case, we'll definitely put something up.
Yeah, we'll update people. If you are in touch with, if you guys hear anything in Abingdon, let us know, so we can let everyone know any updates, anything. If there's any new camera footage, anything like that.
If there is at this point,
At the timing, like it helps with the timing of where he went to. We know he went from the facility to the pharmacy and potentially back in the direction of the facility if he passed that bank.
right.
We don't even know front or back of the bank, actually, to
Right.
be honest with you. We assumed the back because
Yeah.
that's the way we went. But
And if he did all that, he was obviously trying to get back.
it seemed like he was trying.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was trying. So it's hard to understand. I really thought he was trying to go somewhere else.
That still could be a possibility. We don't know.
We don't know.
100%
Yep.
if
Yeah, don't take it off the
these
table because
sightings are,
if that is the case, we don't want to just take it off the table and not
Right.
actually search. So we
especially after searching everywhere we can think of. I
Yeah.
mean, what else is there to do?
which is why I think the fairgrounds area is still on the table,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But we're trying to be respectful to the family covering this. We don't want to assume the worst. You kind of have to assume all possibilities when you're searching.
Yes.
You have to take it all into account. But we're continue hoping for the best, and some miracle. He's just injured, and it could be
Right.
maybe just surviving out there, maybe hiding. Who knows? There's a lot of different scenarios that could be the case, and maybe he doesn't want to be in the facility and
That's possible.
is hiding out, somewhere. Maybe, you never know. It's a possibility. We're just going to pray for the best and hope that he's okay. We'll do our best. We are also obviously helping other cases. We're working late. Lately, it's been a lot of Layla Santinello because there's so much happening, so much moving
Right.
on that case. Holland Snap as well. A lot of the places we've gone involve both cases. So those two cases are just really blowing up,
Yes.
in my opinion. But that's it for us for this weekend, for you this weekend.
I have to get ready for Easter.
You have to get ready for Easter. I'm going to get back out there, so you may see another video update coming up at some point pretty soon after this one's released, of my underwater searches. I hate it when they do that. Every time, you guys, we start talking, there's like, let's do construction. Not like it's their fault, like they don't know, but
Maybe they do. Dun, dun.
So
Sorry.
Anyway, thank you all so much for showing up today. There were so many of you. You are lovely people. You're amazing. The locals of Abingdon, you guys really came out today and supported this family.
And you're so kind and, very diligent.
Diligent and willing to do anything,
Right.
honestly. Willing to do anything. So, Moon, we better
Yep,
sign off.
Moon says, see you later.
So yes. So thanks everyone. We love you all. Appreciate you all always for your support of this channel and your support for all the families who have missing folks out there. Just keep
Yes.
them in your minds and your hearts and your prayers. We love you all. Thank you all.
Love you.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.